Thomas Weather.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by these fine sponsors. Hear Rich's forecast hourly on these Blue Water Broadcasting radio stations.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It is the 13th day of, Friday the 13th, I just realized, of August. And I often tell you that weather in the summertime is a neighborhood by neighborhood situation. This area had 23/100ths of an inch of rain. I am south of I-85 on Taylor Road in East Montgomery. 5 miles away, north of the interstate, 3.15 inches of rain. And again, that is just a couple of neighborhoods over. So that's the way it is in the summertime. And today, again, not many storms around, but you could get a lot of rain and a big show in some of these storms with triple-digit heat indices right on through the upcoming weekend. Of course, the other story we're following is Fred. Fred, very disorganized as a tropical depression now, but about to get its act together as a tropical storm later, and then into the warm waters of the eastern Gulf of Mexico. Where does it go? Where does it end up? All of Alabama is now in the cone of uncertainty, much of Georgia and Florida as well. We'll have the latest from the National Hurricane Center that the information just arrived. And behind Fred, we have the developing Grace. It is now just an Invest 95L, but it may have an interesting future as well.
This morning, Fred is a disorganized tropical depression just north of Cuba with 35-mile-an-hour winds, moving west-northwest at about 10, expected to regain tropical storm strength by later today or tonight, then affecting the Florida Keys Saturday, going into the warm waters of the eastern Gulf of Mexico over the weekend, just off the Florida west coast, and making landfall along the northern Gulf Coast probably Monday. Right now, the National Hurricane Center is very conservative on the intensity. A 50-mile-an-hour tropical storm at landfall, but the waters are very warm off the eastern Gulf of Mexico, and, that could certainly change. We're going to be watching Fred very carefully. If you look at most of the tropical models, they have the Fred in the eastern Gulf of Mexico making landfall perhaps around the Big Bend area, but too many of the models continue to show a more western bias. The European is showing that the storm, could affect even eastern Alabama. So we're going to be watching the track very, very carefully. Meanwhile, today, high pressure remains in control. A pretty routine day. There will be spotty storms, triple-digit heat indices, highs in the mid-90s. I don't think there will be a lot of storms around, but like yesterday, we saw a few very intense storms, especially that one over Montgomery yesterday evening. This is 6 p.m. Looks like a pretty tame radar, but once again, some places around Montgomery, northeast Montgomery, had 3.15 inches yesterday. So look for more random storms. Some could be strong and heat like this with a high in the mid-90s and triple-digit heat indices. And about the same thing tomorrow. Notice on the GFS we're showing the Fred system near the Keys, and there it is Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock. Maybe in the eastern Gulf, just west of Tampa Bay. This is just one model ID of the GFS. And then Monday midday, perhaps on the coast. And then moving on towards the north or northeast. So it's going to be a close call for a lot of us here in Alabama. There it is Tuesday afternoon, according to the GFS, near the Georgia-Alabama border. So, Fred's future is going to be an interesting thing to watch. Scattered storms over the weekend, about a 40% chance with highs in the middle 90s, lows at night in the mid-70s, triple-digit heat indices. Of course, Monday and Tuesday, everything depends on the future of Fred. Temperatures will be down a few degrees because of the increased cloud cover by then. If you're going to the beach this weekend, all I can say is please stay up on the latest information on Fred and its track and intensity and timing. A lot of cars will be moving northward pretty quickly to get away from Fred, I would imagine, on Sunday. Look at that water temperature, 88 degrees. That's fuel for the fire for Fred to develop. And by the way, behind Fred is Invest 95L, the future Grace. Now with a 70% chance of becoming a tropical depression or tropical storm, and maybe eventually threatening the Bahamas, the United States, perhaps several days down the line. In fact, here's August 21st on the GFS showing Grace as a potential hurricane, maybe approaching the Bahamas. So there you go. The things are really getting active in the tropics right now.
All right, so we obviously have a lot to talk about and a lot to monitor over the next few days, and I'll be very busy over the weekend doing that for you. There's no video tomorrow because it's Saturday, but I'll have a detailed blog update for you tomorrow morning and Sunday morning, and typically that'll be online before dawn. And of course, we'll keep you up to date on the latest with Fred and Developing Grace as well. We're live on the radio this morning from 6 to 9 on News Talk 93.1. It's a normal day, so which will be on TV as well on Channel 8 and Channel 32. And your forecast whenever you want it across the dial on the Blue Water family of stations. Thanks for watching the video this morning. I'll keep you up to date on the tropics, and we'll see you later.